The topic for this video is trends and prospects of social policy in India. So let us begin with a small introduction. A number of social policies have been framed and implemented in India to address the social problems prevalent. These social policies have evolved gradually from issues such as redistribution and subsidies on essential goods to issues such as health and education. When we look at the social policies in India, right after the independence, the Indian government started to begin to plan the social policies. And initially, all the social policies were more of protective in nature, and they provided security to the weaker sections. And gradually, they have grown to covering issues such as health and education. So let us have a look at the sources of inspiration or reference for social policies in India. So in India, social policies are inspired and framed by some important sources such as the Indian Constitution, the legislature, the cabinet, the National Development Council, the Planning Commission or the Niti Aayog, the judiciary, the pressure groups, advisory bodies and consultative communities, the political parties, the professional associations, and the mass media. So, whenever any social policy is framed in India, these are the important stakeholders. So, these are the important uh, documents which have to be referred, like the Indian Constitution. All the social policy should be in consonance with the Indian Constitution. Then we have to the social policy makers have to make sure that all the other important factors are taken into account. So important considerations for framing the social policies: number one, social policies should be in consonance with the constitutional provisions. Secondly, the formulation of social policies should consider the different stakeholders involved. Thirdly, the formulation of social policies is a continuous process and may undergo several revisions. Types of social policies. So let us have a look at the important types of social policies. There are basically two types of social policies: protective social policies and productive social policies. Protective social policies provide protection and security, especially to the weaker sections of the society. These include social policies relating to employment, income, well being, etc. And productive social policies are those social policies which focus on improving the productive capacities of the people. These include social policies on education, training, and healthcare. Let us have a brief overview of the implementation of social policies in India. The planning and implementation of social policies in India is shared by the central and state governments. Because of this overlapping of authority between the state and the central governments, India doesn't have a uniform, singular set of social policies throughout the nation. Also, owing to the size and population of the country, the planning and implementation of social policies has not been very smooth. Still, a number of social policies have been framed and implemented to combat the various social problems. So here, both the state and central governments have a role to play in the social policies. So basically, the social policies are first framed by the central government, but the state government is given the flexibility to add to the benefits of the subsidies or to the social policies, add to the provisions given in the social policies. So a lot of modifications take place at the state level. So social policy which is existing in Karnataka may not be existing in some other state, or something which is existing in Tamil Nadu may not be available in Karnataka. So there is no uniformity all throughout India. Different states have different social policies. So the early years. So let us have a look at how the social policies were framed initially, just after the independence. So in the early years, the focus of the social policies, the initial years of social policy were usually influenced by the ideas of Fabian socialism. The social policies focused on the redistribution of national resources and liberal subsidies on essential goods and services to the disadvantaged sections of the society. So initially, when social policies were being framed, the idea was that a few elite people have got hold of the major resources of the nation. So this was to be set right by redistribution of these national resources. And also, it was felt that there are certain weaker sections of the society who don't have access to certain basic amenities in life. So, liberal subsidies were provided on essential goods and services so that these disadvantaged sections of society will have at least the minimum access to minimum requirements of day-to-day requirements. Social policies in this period, that is the early period. This period saw social policies like the public food delivery system, which is popularly known as the ration, the Essential Commodities Act, which mandated the government to produce essential commodities at lower price. Then the regulation of the agricultural production and prices through establishment of the Food Corporation of India and the Agricultural Prices Commission. So the Essential Commodities Act was an act which was passed in order to make sure that government produces the essential commodities which are required for day-to-day consumption at a very reasonable price. And also the Food Corporation of India was established and Agricultural Prices Commission was established so that the price of commodities could be kept under check. So next, have a look at the nature of the policies. So this period saw a focus of the policies on agriculture and provision of benefits to the people. That is, these were largely protective in nature. So criticism of the social policies of this period. The focus on protective social policies have been criticized for addressing only the immediate social problems and attempting to increase the standard of living of the disadvantaged sections of the Indian population without providing for their overall upliftment to make them independent of the state subsidies. Thus, these policies have been said to have created a dependency on the state subsidies. Also, the policy of land redistribution has been criticized for not achieving the targets set out by the policymakers. The policy was framed to redistribute the land held by an elite group to the general masses and thus bridge the gap and reduce the inequality. However, the result was that the small elite group was replaced by a large group of wealthy farmers. Thus, the objective set out could not be achieved. So, many sections have criticized the policies which are framed in the initial period for being too protective in nature, for focusing more on provision of subsidies and solving the immediate social problems, and not much of investment was done on the productive policies like education and health. And eventually, the disadvantaged sections of the Indian society did have access to some of the basic amenities of life, but they didn't improve to the extent of being independent. So this created a large dependency on the state subsidies, so which is not very good in the overall development of the nation. So this is the initial period. Now let us have a look at the period after 1980. So after 1980, the focus shifted. In this period, the policymakers realized the importance of productive social policies like health, education, and self-employment, and the focus shifted to such productive social policies. So, because of the experience of the early years, the government realized that the policymakers realized that too much of a focus on protective social policies will not lead to development of the nation. So, the focus shifted to productive social policies such as health, education, and self-employment. So, the social policies of this period included national policy on education, which was released in 1986, and this included Operation Blackboard. 6% of the gross domestic product was spent for education in 1986. Then another policy was Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana, which focused on improvement of rural infrastructure. Yet another was Integrated Rural Development Program, which aimed to create self-employment opportunities for the rural population and provided credit and subsidies to a great part of the rural population. So these are the productive social policies which were implemented for the first time. However, the protective social policies like family and maternity benefit schemes were also continued. They were not discontinued. So next we'll have a look at politics in India and the social policies. So up until 1980, the Indian National Congress was the sole dominant political party without any strong opposition. However, number of political parties emerged to be influential in the 1980s. Politics began to influence the social policies as well. The services provided by the government began to be used to appease the masses and garner vote banks. An example is the job reservations given for the Gurjars in Rajasthan and Haryana to appease the dominant caste groups. So it is also observed that the political parties used the social policies to appease the dominant caste groups or the dominant groups, and sometimes they lost focus because of this. This was done to create a vote bank for the political parties. So this was not a very good move, a good development seen in Indian society. So next we will have a look at protective social policies versus productive social policies. So it is observed that the expenditure on protective social policies continues to be on a higher side in comparison to the productive social policies. So in the period 1990 to 2017, the expenditure on health was increased by 0.13% of the GDP only. However, in the same period, that is 1990 to 2017, the expenditure on education was decreased when seen as a percentage of the GDP. Though the overall amount spent may have increased because the GDP also has increased, but when you see it as a percentage of the GDP, the expenditure has gone down. Then also in the period 1990 to 2017, the expenditure on protective social policies like pensions, handouts, etc. was increased by 1.35 percentage of the GDP. So it is clearly observed that the expenditure on protective social policies is slightly on a higher side when compared to productive social policies. So conclusion, the social policies in India show a higher focus on the protective social policies as compared to the productive social policies. And such protective social policies have been seen to solve only the immediate problems and don't give long-term results. A higher focus on productive social policies may have a wider economic impact and also build the capacities of the population. So this is a brief overview of how the social policies have been framed over the years, right from the independence period up till recently. So how there has been a slight shift from protective social policies to productive social policies, though the protective social policies have not been given up totally, they still continue uh, to be framed. So these are some of the references for this video. Thank you.